Project Glare FX. Welcome to this video. I'm going to be talking about something very important in this video. Um, it's actually related to risk management, but then how, what actually in reality, what does forex profit look like? What does forex money look like in reality? Not just what people see on social media, but practically what is it like? Now, if you can see my screen here, what you see here is a 72 trade illustration. So now see this stuff on the screen as a trader taking 72 trade over a period of time. Assuming he's a scalper, let's say he took this trade this 1 month. A swing trader, this could almost be 6 months depending on. But then assuming he's a scalper and then he took this trade within 1 month. All right. So now this, if you count these trades, there are about 72 trades here taken. Now all the 43 were lost, 43 losses and 29 wins. So imagine that 43 losses and 29 wins. That looks very bad, right? But let me show you. Somebody can have this kind of condition where you lose 43 good trade out of 72. You lose 43 good trades and then you win just 29. Yet at the end of that month, you still make profit. So let's see how it goes. Now, there are two things you need to know about this. If you have a very good risk to reward, first of all, if you calculate this in percentage, the win rate of this person is going to be 40%. The percentage is 40 point something, approximately 40% win rate. That means out of score, that is like scoring 40 over 100. Even in scoring 40 over 100, this person will be able to make profit at the end of this month. So how is that possible? It's possible through risk to reward. Now, let's go to a calculator and try to be a little bit practical and see. So guys, right now, let's assume that this person is risking 1% per trade. Risking 1% per trade, it means that for his 43 trade, he actually lost 43%. Right? 43 trades actually lost 43%. And then 29 wins. Now, if his risk to reward is 1 to 3, it means that for every profit he makes times 3 of what he risked. So if he's risking 1% per trade and then he has 29 wins, it means 29 times 3. So 29 times 3 is equal to what? 87. So at the end of the day, when he wins, he makes about 87%. Now subtract it from the losses, which is 43%. So 87 minus 43, that gives you 44%. So at the end of this person's trade, he's going to be making 44% even with this number of losses. Now, what is 44%? Assuming the account size is $500, like, okay, let's even come down to something as small as 100. Assuming the account size of the person is $100, right? 44% of $100 is that's actually $44. So at the end of the month, even after a person loses trades like this person is still going to make $44 on top of it. That's $144. What if the account size is $500? Now 44% of $500 is $220. So this person will be making $220 on top of his $500, being $720 at the end of 1 month. Now, what if the person's account is $1,000? Now, if this person's account is $1,000, the person will be making $440 on top of that. That's $1,440 with such a loss. Now, let me show you something. Let's go back. Let me show you something. Now, I believe you are learning something. It means that, now what does 40% win rate look like? It means that in the midst of 10 trades, taking 10 trades, you are most likely to only win 4 out of the 10. So there is always higher chances of losing up to 6. And it's not even an assurance that you will win 4. Sometimes in a series of 10 trades, you might win only 1. But at the end of the day, you have a win rate of 40%, you will still come out with such level of profit. You see that? Now, this is what it is practically. Some people think that each trade that you place, you must make profit and all of that. That's not reality. You might have a series of losses like this. Now, if you look at this person like this, that have this, assuming this is an account. Now, this person had about one of the highest loss now is 14 trades at a stretch. 14 losing streak. So imagine that you are the one that you placed a trade, one, you lost, two, three, four, till 14. You see, this is where psychology comes in. This is where trading psychology comes in. That's why I said psychology is 60%. So even if, because when you lose one trade, you don't have the confidence to take another again like that. But this person, after losing 14 trades in a straight, in a stretch, he still traded this one trade here and made profit, lost one again, and then so you can see the distribution, and that is where trading psychology comes in. So it is possible that you win only a few trades, yet at the end of the day or at the end of the month, you are still able to make a good amount of profit. Do you know what 44% is on top of an account? Imagine that. Okay, let's use a bigger account size to do that. So if it's a bigger account size, like let's say $10,000, that will be $4,400 profit on top of it. If it's $100,000, that's $44,000 profit on top of it at the end of the month. So can you see that? So that's why when you lose, you don't just panic. Do you understand? So your risk to reward is very, very important. If you have now, what if the risk to reward is 1:4? Now let's try that. If the person's risk to reward is 1:4, it means that if he wins 29 trade, then it's 29 times 4, and that is 116. Then minus 43, which are the losses, minus 43. That is 73%. Wow. You know what that is? Making 73%. Assuming that person's account size is $100, 73% of $100 is what? Let's take it. That means the person is making $73 on the top of that $100, making it $173. Can you imagine that after losing 43 trades out of 72, you still came out with 73% because of your risk to reward? So you can see that risk to reward is very important. Is everything. Is part of risk management. So are you now seeing? I'm showing you how strategy, risk management, and psychology plays in the game. All right. So now when we say psychology is 60%, you now understand. So the thing is, when you are in this losing streak, losing 14 trades at a row, do you lose confidence in your strategy and see that your strategy is no longer working, and then you quit and say that forex is a scam or something like that? So what do you do when you have losing streaks like this? That is where 60%, which is trading psychology, comes in. And then risk management also, you are faithful in risking this 1%. You will see that at the end. And so one thing I want you to learn is that the profit of forex is calculated in net profit over a series of trades. So you don't just kill yourself simply because you lost one or two or three or four trades in a row. No, you don't kill yourself because of that. And you don't get overexcited simply because you made profit from one trade or three trades in a row. Because after making profit for three trades in a row, if you don't have good risk management, you might lose one trade and lose everything. But then if you are consistent like this, you will find out that even with 14 losing streaks like this, you are still able to have a very, very good profit at the end of the day. So you see that, and that is why we don't kill ourselves. This is one of the reasons why we lose. Like sometimes when we lose, like in a week, you might have losses back to back. Sometimes I can take 3 trades in a week, and then all of those 3 trades are losses. You don't kill yourself simply because, and then you don't lose confidence in your strategy because you have backtested your strategy. You know how good your strategy is. So you are very confident. That's why I also said that one of the most important things in your forex journey is your confidence. So can you still be confident in yourself after having 14 losses in a row? 14 solid losses in a row. Can you have confidence? If you can, then at the end of the day, you will still see that you come out in flying colors. You will still see that you will come out with smile. So when you are thinking profit in forex, do not think profit based on individual trades. You think it based on a series of trades. You think net profit. Net profit means you a profit that comes when you calculate your losses, then subtract losses from wins, and wins from losses and all of that, or losses from wins. That is what the net profit is. So the profit that comes out of forex is the net profit. So you don't just get excited by only. So I believe we are getting the balance now. Don't get overexcited by making profit from one trade, and don't over risk. Actually have a standard risk. Now this calculation we did, the person was risking 1% per trade. So have a standard risk, a good risk management, and then have a good psychology. When you lose, don't kill yourself simply because you lost. You can lose 5 trades in a row. Don't kill yourself. At the end of the day, if you are consistent, you will still come out with profit, a good profit at that, if you have a good risk to reward. And then when you win, don't get overconfident and begin to misbehave and overtrade and all of that. You are just heading for a crash. So you now see that. So I believe from this simple illustration, we have been able to see that you see, in reality, there are a lot of people that simply they started with a particular strategy, but then at a point they began to jump from one strategy to another simply because they had some losing streaks. So imagine this person with 14 losing streaks like this, and then he begins to jump from one trade to the other, like from one strategy to the other. After a while, you see that the person gets confused. But sticking to one strategy, even after having 14 losing streaks like this, makes it very possible that at the end of the day, you come out in flying colors. So for many people, what they need is not a better strategy. No strategy is 100%. So this particular person's strategy is about 40%, yet he able to make him a good return at the end of the month. So that is the most important thing. The most important thing is not about being right or having the best strategy. It's about making profit at the end of the day. That's very, very important. So what you need, if you are already into trading and then you find out that you are losing back to back, nothing is set for you. I tell you the truth, what you need is not a new strategy. You might go for a new strategy, no problem. But what you need is not a new strategy. What you need is proper risk management and good psychology. That even when you are in the midst of a losing streak, you still maintain the discipline of consistency and proper risk management. And at the end of the day, the result will show. So that is it, guys. I don't want this video to be long. That's it for this video. Peace out. Catch you in the next.